Welcome to Okon Bros, everybody.
I love that new intro. That was amazing.
Yes. It's the Age of Aquarius, everybody.
Bong it out, Eric. I am Star Child, and this is my brother, Babyfoot. You're a Capricorn?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if anyone's watching now. We're about to get down.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter at this point. These are going back. Moon is in the seventh house. What's up, Hallie? I had no idea this song existed. I only knew this with the 40-year-old virgin.
This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius.
All right, that's enough. That's enough of that shit. I'm done. I'm done.
Hello, everybody. So it's a very special day. I must say, I have been meditating all day long.
This is a new. Hold on. Let's talk about Okon Bros first, because I don't know if anyone's noticed. But Eric and I have a brand new logo.
Yeah.
It's the Age of Aquarius logo.
Yeah, we got a brand new logo. We wanted to go 3D Miami Vice.
Cobra Kai.
Yes.
DJ Jimmy said it's very Cobra Kai. So, love will steer the stars. Yes. Every time that like someone says something mystical or magical, Eric, you have to go bongos. Stop showing off, drummer boy.
That's my only time I'm on stage to actually play my drums.
So we have a new look. We got the Okon Bros logo look, and
If
then
you
we
have
have a new opening.
Yeah, if you missed the opening, you can either rewind or I'll play it again throughout because we're really into it. But we picked a new theme song and a new logo where we just wanted something. We wanted the logo to go beyond what a podcast is.
Yeah,
That was the main part of it, where,
exactly.
like we want Okon Bros to be more of like a lifestyle type brand, and I think this is the beginning of it.
Eric and I don't even consider this a podcast. Like we call it the podcast, but Eric and I consider this a show that we are here. By the way, also the new studio setup. I don't know if you noticed, but I kind of like the last minute preparation. I put the light behind me, and now I got a ring light, and I'm getting another ring light on Amazon. I love you, Hallie.
Love you,
what a sweet little girl. So the lighting definitely is more. Love the new logo. Thank you. People, what's up, Hashim? Yo, when someone says something on Facebook, can they just put their initials on it or like their name? Because we just see Facebook user just on Eric's feed. I can see it on my feed.
Or you guys have to, if you go to your group settings, you have to allow StreamYard to read your information.
Right. Dimitri T, which is Jimmy, will always be Jimmy. I went to kindergarten with Jimmy, one of my best friends we're going on almost 35 years now. He said the logo is very badass. And that is just, the seal of approval from him. Gratefully appreciated.
Love it.
We have some more. I have to talk to you about this. And we're going to get into Age of Aquarius. But I have something more important to talk about right now. Spoiler alert. Was this not the greatest fucking TV show of all time?
What's up, Chris Weiss? Before that's Chris Weiss. Chris Weiss, I brought my bongos just for you.
Chris Weiss, we're now going to be performing the entire Hair musical with two bald boys. Well, not really bald, but... Stop.
Yeah, it's addicting.
Enough. Stop. You want me to keep playing the Age of Aquarius song for our audience?
Just call me
I'm gonna call you Babyfoot. Like what's your spiritual name? Like is it like Light Shadow or something? Dude, yours I'm gonna call you Grogu.
I'll take Grogu.
Bro.
Just wanna
spoiler alert to anyone out there in Okon Bros land. Mandalorian season 2 is in the books. And if you don't want to hear what happened, log off right now because I'm going to tell you what happened. Eric, here's my theory. And I figured it all out. I got into Jon Favreau's head through meditation.
Mm-hmm.
I live Jon Favreau's life. I know where he's going with this shit. Listen to this. Yoda trained Luke. Luke is going to train Grogu. Grogu is going to be the new Jedi. you're going to see the growth of this character over the next 20 to 30 years.
Hmm.
That's what it's all about. It's about this little guy right here starting out as a child, and he's going to end up
in the future of the Star Wars universe.
This is him. This is it. Grogu is the future.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to do the same thing they do with Baby Groot. Same exact thing where you've seen Baby
smarter
grow up.
Groot's in 3 movies. 3 movies. You're going to have the whole franchise is going to be carried by Grogu, because how could it not be, right?
There's going to be like an Infinity War with Grogu at the same. I know in 10 years, but it's going to be, Grogu becoming an adult.
It's going to be, yes, I think this is the hero's journey was Luke, right? The hero's journey was Luke Skywalker, and we saw Luke as a baby in Phantom and Revenge of the Sith, but like now you're going to see Grogu's journey.
Listen to me. Let's save
Mandalorian
for Wednesday, and today it is Age of Aquarius. And we've been doing a lot of research on it, really all over the place. If you go on TikTok, there are a ton of people giving out great information there. I made some posts today across all of my social media where if you're not quite sure what to do for Age of Aquarius, just think about the future that you want. And today is they're saying is when magic will happen. And you have to believe it. You have to believe as much as the sun will rise tomorrow that the things that you want are going to be there for you.
100%.
And that's the key to manifesting your dreams.
What months is if you're an Aquarius sign?
I don't know.
I'm a Gemini. Gemini is like end of May to end of June or middle of June. So I'm curious to know what year, like what is Aquarius? August or something?
I'm looking it up.
You're a Capricorn, right, Eric?
I'm a Capricorn. Yep, January 3rd. I'm turning 38 in January 3rd.
Star Child. That's going to be your new name as of January 3rd. You will be the Star Child.
Thank you.
Beard, you are magic. This channel will be nothing without the beard.
Yeah, no, we're so happy to.
Oh, Christine Capra. I'm not calling you by your last name, Christine Capra, because I don't know La Posta. It's a wonderful last name, but you will always be Christine Capra to me from our CW post days, January into February. So the Age of Aquarius, Jimmy T said January 21st to February 20th. So January 21st is the day Biden takes office, by the way. So come on.
Lots of changes happening.
Yeah, lots of changes happening.
Evening from the Independent Republic of Wessex. Wow. I am the only one left here at Stone Circle in Avebury. Too cloudy to see January. Yeah, Patty commented on one of the posts that I made today, and it was actually pretty cool. You hug Stonehenge, right?
Patty sounds like she lives in Middle Earth.
Yeah.
The Independent Republic of Wessex is, I think, next to the Shire. And the Stone Circle of Avebury is like right outside of Mordor.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to try and see.
Yeah, but we live on Long Island, and it just cleared up about an hour and a half ago. So I'm hoping to see Saturn hit Jupiter right in alignment. So everyone, what this is all about, like, just know that Eric and I are not freaky deaky. Like, we're not spiritual, like in the astrological sense. This is all very new to us. We've been spiritual for a few decades, but this Age of Aquarius stuff is actually quite new to us. Apparently Earth.
Holy cow.
Bro, beard and bro.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Beard and bro.
We are clearly connected. That is amazing.
Kindred spirits.
What are the odds?
So hold on. So the Earth, Jupiter, and Saturn, which the song got it wrong. It was Jupiter and Mars, they said in the song, but it's Jupiter and Saturn all lined up. So JP Morgan says millionaires need their brains, right?
No, you're butchering it.
It's the best line.
I believe it was JP Morgan that said millionaires have financial advisors, but billionaires have astrologers.
I love that.
Is it that is?
I love that.
He
believed in the occult, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if he fucking prayed to angels.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Right.
January 30th is my next event. Is that a good coincidence? I'm telling you, there is a shift. There is a shift happening, and it's so obvious. I mean, can't you feel it in the energy today on what's happening?
I feel so good today.
The stimulus is passing. The vaccine is coming out. On Saturday, we had our busiest day
in 10 months.
In 10 months, where we actually had meaningful volume.
And it wasn't an event.
Yeah,
it wasn't an event, but really interesting. you know, we've been talking about mediumship and mediums throughout this entire time that we've been doing this podcast or show, what you will. And, you know, we've been going to mediums. Tammy, thank you. I am a silly guy. You have to be silly. You got to be like fun and silly. You can't take everything
young
so
at heart
smart.
matters.
Yeah, you got to be young at heart. You got to have fun with it. So George Anderson, right when Dad died, he said you're coming onto the Age of Aquarius, which is going to be really good for you. And then Kim Russo, if you guys all watch our,
she did a live stream yesterday. It was like really in depth.
I just texted her, by the way.
Yeah, it was about Age of Aquarius.
What does she say about it? Because I just texted her wishing her a happy Age of Aquarius.
You guys, if anybody really wants to go into the nuts and bolts of Age of, because Michael and I, like, we're gonna do Age of Aquarius, but we're just gonna talk about how you should manifest and how it works and stuff like that. She goes into the nuts and bolts of your. I don't want to butcher it, but she goes into the nuts and bolts of it. Check out her Facebook page, Kim Russo, Psychic Medium. She goes into great detail on there.
Really?
Yes.
I have to check that out.
Yeah, shout out to Paul Knopf. This must be Scott Shear. Paul was a poker buddy of ours, and Paul died in a plane crash. Now, I went to a psychic medium at this was right around after he died.
No, it was George Anderson, dude.
No. I went to like a psychic fair. I went to a psychic fair, and this guy was like, there's a P here. And I was young at the time. I was probably 19. And he's like, there's a P name here. And he died.
Younger than that.
Yeah. He was like, he died in like a plane crash or something. I didn't put two and two together when I was there.
Well, tell them about the time we went to George Anderson that you and I went with fake names.
Yeah.
We gave a money order and we gave a return address that.
Yeah. Like, and we went with a group. So we went with like other people. So Michael and I went, and then there was, another family here, another family there, another family. And then he gets to us and he's like, I'm seeing a plane crash. And this was right after 9/11 happened. And he's like, I'm seeing a plane crash. He's like, but it's not 9/11. He's like, they're making sure to tell me that. And we're like, Paul Knopf was coming through loud and clear. And he's like, George is like, Paul saying, let the guys know I visited. I want to see the looks on their faces.
And there was a guy named Matt that kept coming through in the reading too. And he said, your friend was with this other boy named Matt. And we said, we have a cousin, Matt. And he said, no, Matt that passed. And we didn't know a Matt that passed. And then we spoke with our poker buddies, and Scott can verify this. But we said there was this guy, Matt, coming through in the reading. Matt was the pilot that died with Paul in the plane crash. So Paulie Knopf, man, he's around. He's definitely around.
So what time did they say tonight is when the planets
right after
sunset. Yeah, at sunset is when the planets are gonna align.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to see it though from our spot. We're on Long Island, so
it's pretty cloudy here today.
No, it's not cloudy. It's just I think that the trajectory of it, I don't think we'll be able to see it.
Right. Janice Peterson says it's about freedom.
Yeah, it's about manifesting. It's about everything. The Age of Aquarius is super cool. Really excited.
Stonehenge is not far from here to Wiltshire. Avonbury is a bigger collection of stones. Sorry, press send before finishing. Too cloudy to see the planets aligned. Are they into the key lines?
Are you into ley lines?
Ley lines. I don't know what ley lines are. What are ley lines?
I don't know. But we went to Stonehenge when I was in ninth grade when Mom took us to Stonehenge. Mom and Dad took us to Stonehenge. I'll never forget that. That was so much fun. But Stonehenge is like an ancient calendar. Yeah. I can't believe someone from
No, you're Patty, you're from Ireland, right? Or you're living.
No. That's what do you call? That's United Kingdom, bro. That's London.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's connect, Ryan. No problem.
It would be our pleasure, Ryan.
It's a good day to listen to the song Aquarius by the
I was just playing it. I've actually never listened to that song. The only time I knew about that song was in the ending of The 40-Year-Old Virgin. It's just a great movie, by the way.
Yeah.
I love that. So what do you guys, what's everyone out there manifesting?
Well, I mean, do yourself a favor today and just meditate on what you want your future to look like, and believe it as much as the sun will rise tomorrow, and it will come true. And nothing will just happen. There's no big singular event that will necessarily happen, but this is called the Great Conjunction. And it's an opportunity to shift your energy towards greatness. And what I also think is undervalued is now is the time where you can shake off negative energy. Shake off all the things that keep you up at night, shake off your anxieties. Now is the time to shake that stuff off, and then in return ask for good vibes and good energy to come in.
I just want you to know, Eric, that what we've done today, I've been doing for 10 plus years of
Yeah.
writing down my wants. Everyone out there should be writing down their goals. Everyone out there should be writing down their wants. Today specifically, today's a really important day, whether you believe in this stuff or not. Listen, there are some scientists out there that just say it's just a lining of a thing. It's a cool cosmic event, but it has no spiritual meaning. I disagree with that. I think there's a huge spiritual meaning in this dawning, but today's like the ushering in of the age of Aquarius. It's also the winter solstice, and it's the great conjunctions. There's three major things happening today, and just to be a part of it, to be alive and human, and being able to witness this one moment in history. The last time this happened, I think, was in 1600. Eric, I want to
Yeah.
tell
Yeah.
you this.
Something like that.
Right after the last time Jupiter and Saturn met in the sky, the Renaissance period came in. How long did the Renaissance last for? Do you know? Can you look that up, or do you want me to look up on my phone?
You can look it up on your phone, I guess. I don't know, but that's certainly no coincidence that that that's happening, right?
The Renaissance was a fervent period of European culture, artistic, political, and economic rebirth following the Middle Ages, generally described as taking place from 14th century to the 17th century. The Renaissance promoted the rediscovery of classical philosophy, literature, and art. I mean, so
Isn't that
that
amazing?
took 300 years.
Imagine what is going to be uncovered with
In the next 300 years.
with high-speed internet. How
Yeah.
fast information is going to travel. The fact that we can have this show and we can broadcast it.
People in London are listening to us.
Yep.
So I want to tell you something, Eric. The idea that that I've lost my train of thought.
It's all good.
I've been living like this. I've been writing down my goal. You've been writing down your goals.
Mhm.
Today being a special day that it is. This day is, ushering in the new age, but we shouldn't stop today is what I'm trying to say, is that
Right.
we should write down our goals tomorrow, and we should meditate tomorrow, and we should meditate the day after. Clearly there's something there. I think it was about
Mhm.
the Renaissance that I was
Mhm.
talking about, but
And if
Okay.
anyone's curious how you meditate, how I was taught to meditate is you do it for 2 minutes at a time, and especially in the beginning, and you kinda you close your eyes, and you just think about your thoughts running through your head. So you recognize the thought that you're having, and you wave to it, and you say, "Oh, hey, you're over there." And you do that basically until your mind clears. And it's tough to do, but that's how you can meditate. And then meditating is not manifesting. Manifesting is a different thing, but creating, saying what you want, there's many different ways that you can do it. You can send a text message to yourself, you can have a journal, you can write yourself an email, you can think about it in your head. There's so many different ways that you can go and think about the future that you want.
I disagree with you that meditation is not manifesting. I think that they are one and the same,
Okay.
and you can use meditation. This is just my opinion. You can use meditation to calm your mind, and
Hmm.
I do that. But you can also use meditation as a form of connecting to your higher self. You can use it as a form of creating a higher vibration. You could use it as a form of asking the universe for things. If you don't have time during the day, the meditation is a huge spectrum, right? It's not just this is what meditation is. There's a broad spectrum of it. Bob Proctor on YouTube has this abundance meditation. One of the best things I've ever done in my life. That's when I came across that archangel. That's when Raziel came into my life right next to me. And again,
Hmm.
I don't drink, I don't do drugs. So there's no way for me to even have seen that. But I do believe that meditation can be a form of manifestation. I do that where I meditate and I think about how grateful I am. And that's one thing that people don't have enough of, gratitude. That if,
Yep. Start your day with gratitude. Thank you. Thank. Show gratitude for yourself.
everything,
No,
everything.
first, show gratitude for yourself. Show gratitude for your loved ones. Show gratitude for your coworkers. Show gratitude for your friends, and it works.
Clearly.
What do you have to lose? Because certainly pessimism and negativity is not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to work.
I think we're all in agreement of that.
You know, it's hard to shake those thoughts. I mean, as positive thinking as you are, everybody has bad days.
You know, there was a mass meditation on TikTok. I just was watching it as right before it was 1:22 Eastern, and they were doing a global meditation.
Mhm.
And this woman was she was doing, I think her tag is One Awakens or something. I like her channel. It's pretty good. She has really good content, a lot of good spiritual content. And she said, and she was doing it, and like people like making fun of her. And it's like, you know, why would you make fun of someone? Like they were doing the laugh emoji and shit, and you know, like if that's not your thing, that's fine. But get the fuck off and go make fun of yourself, or go watch like a funny, you know, America's Funniest Home Videos or something
Well,
like
one of
that.
the best things that I ever learned from Tony Robbins was if somebody gives you a gift and you don't accept it, whose gift is it?
Yeah, it's
And
good.
it's the person who is giving the gift. So if somebody is giving you negativity and you don't accept their negativity, whose negativity is it?
Yeah. Brian Kamak just joined us. He says, all too often I hear people say, I'll be happy when. That is the absolute truth. I'll be happy
The road
someday.
to someday leads to nowhere.
Right. And he says, my advice to most folks is to name 3 things that make you happy
Oh, I love
now.
that.
So
That's
what
awesome.
3 things are you happy for right now, Eric?
I'm happy for my family. I'm happy for this show, and I'm happy for BLS.
Yes. Ditto.
Yeah, I mean, that's
I'm happy for good health.
yeah.
You know, good health to me is come
That's not one thing, that's everything.
oh
Because
yeah,
you can have the biggest podcast in the world, you can have the biggest car service in the world.
be sick as a dog. Our
And
father was the prime example.
yeah,
Prime example. Our dad had everything, could buy anything he wanted, could go anywhere he wanted, and you know, he couldn't because he couldn't breathe. He didn't have his health. You know, he smoked his whole life.
it's a good time to clear anything that bonds you to negativity and declutter your physical and mental environment. Gratitude always.
Lenore, how do you do that? Please write how you do that. How do you get rid of the negativity and declutter your physical and mental environment? I've been working very hard to get rid of my anxiety, which has been 1,000 times better than it has been.
Well, you had a really good exercise last Monday. I think that helped you immensely. Where you
Mom was
basically
calling me.
yeah,
Mom was calling me. So I'm
where,
sorry.
you know, you had a great experience on Monday talking through your anxiety
Yeah, it felt great.
live on air, and I mean, no coincidence, you've been much better this past week.
I had to get it off my chest because it was really bothering me. And I had a little anxiety yesterday about today's show. Am I going to get nervous? But I don't want the show to be about my anxiety. I would like to learn how to clear the anxiety. How do you clear something that's, I don't want to say holding you down, because I don't feel the anxiety is holding me down, because I have always broken through it. But, you know, there is times where you kind of let it run away with you. It's kind of like a mind rat.
Irishman working in the UK, but home is France. So ley lines are literally straight lines between ancient monuments or structures like Stonehenge, Avebury, Newgrange in Ireland,
Newgrange.
Newgrange in Ireland, and Celtic origins.
Celtic origins.
Sorry. Yeah, I read it how I see it. Um,
So
I
hold on,
st-
Brian Kamek's dropping a lot of bombs on us right now. An attitude of gratitude is one of the biggest keys to success, 100%, especially in a sales role. Yes,
yeah,
absolutely. Mike, prayer, meditation, or recognizing some things are outside of your reach.
yeah.
Okay.
So the ley lines were created by the ancients, right? For some reason
Yeah.
connecting.
That's what I heard, that the pyramids are all connected to each other. That I didn't know they were called ley lines, but I think that everything is connected. All the spiritual stuff is connected. By the way, Sharon and I watched this documentary yesterday called The Phenomenon, The Phenomenon, which is about the government covered up that they knew there were aliens and UFOs. Did you watch this documentary?
No, not yet.
On Apple. It's
Yeah.
on Apple TV. Watch The Phenomenon. I don't know if it's on Netflix, but we rented it. Little dry, right? It was a little, a little boring, but my God, I mean, like, there is absolutely no doubt in my mind that there's intelligent life outside of where we are.
From what I'm seeing and learning, and kind of sparked it, um, just because it's George Lucas, is Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. and I'll tell you why. Because everyone thought that they're aliens, but they're actually interdimensional beings. And I believe along the lines that it's not necessarily aliens living on another planet. Um, I believe that there's interdimensional beings.
What can you define interdimensional beings?
I just think there are alternate realities to where we are living, just based on the fact of what we've had experiences with mediums, and how there's an alternate side to that. There's a different world that we're not necessarily seeing, that where the rules here don't necessarily apply, because there's no time, and you don't sleep, and you don't eat, because you don't necessarily have a physical body. So, and there's so many different things in pop culture, in movies, in ancient wall writings, in caves, Stonehenge, and like there's all these things um that I think that sometimes some people are able to connect with alternate realities and dimensions.
It's amazing.
That's my theory on the matter.
That's incredible. I remember what I wanted to say 3 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago. I remember what I wanted to say about we were ushering in the new age of Aquarius. And it's all connected. Eric and I had an unbelievable interview with Dr. Justin Sledge, who is a philosopher.
Esoterica is his channel.
Esoteric on YouTube.
If you really want the nuts and bolts of the history of mysticism, magic, alchemy,
right.
Occultism, and occult psychology, his channel is it's worth its weight in gold, because it goes into basically what I was just saying, that the ancients and every civilization in history has known about these topics, has known about mysticism, and that's, to me, that's all the same, in the same vein as law of attraction. I think law of attraction is a new age thing that that today's day and age put a spin on, but it's all the same archangel magic type stuff.
100%. So what I was trying to say was, this new age that we're coming on is going to be a renaissance for the world. And it's really funny. Bob Levine, there's like a synchronicity with us and this guy. He said, when will Rabbi Eric be interviewed here on Bros TV?
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So he wrote you too. So we interviewed him.
By the way, the last week of January.
The guy's unbelievable. Brilliant man. Very, very smart, like otherworldly smart. And I believe someone like him is going to develop such a huge following in the same way that Socrates or Plato back in the ancient Greek days. Hang on one second, Eric. The ancient Greek days, that we still talk about their philosophy, what this guy is doing, the way he's teaching to the masses through a medium. Can you imagine if Socrates had a YouTube channel, right? Can you imagine if Plato or Aristotle had YouTube channels?
Yeah.
This gentleman is going to teach the world. His program's only been live for about 8 months, and he has over 12,000 followers. He is going to teach the world on what the mystics and the ancients of yesteryear knew to be the formula for success. And it's the archangels, it's demonism, it's occultism, it's spirituality, it's law of attraction, it's alchemy. Like what Eric said, this guy was one of the most fascinating people. And like, we're on a first name basis now. Like he emailed me after the show. He's like, Michael, anything you need, I'm here for you.
Yeah, no, I want to have him on the show, but we can talk 100%. About more detailed topics. Like we're going to have to do our homework a little bit more, because usually when Michael and I interview people, we go to the LinkedIn page, we'll watch a few videos, and then we just go. This guy, the second round, we're going to have to educate ourselves a bit more on topics, because he will help so much. The
guy was unbelievable. And yes, he was Eric's doppelganger. Hang on, Eric. We have a question on my feed.
Yep.
Brian, who's is a good friend from way back in the college days, said, on this AMA, I'd like to know your top 2 books and what you're currently reading. Top 2 books. I mean, really, Brian, on what subject? I mean, right off the bat, like novel-wise, The Shining and Jurassic Park. Right, The Shining and Jurassic Park, hands down, top 2 novels of all time.
Law of Attraction books for me is The Science of Getting Rich. I push that book whenever I get the chance to. It has helped me immensely. And I don't read as much as Michael.
I'm a voracious. I
Yeah,
love to read.
I don't read as much as Michael. I'll
Chaz Berry's in the house, by the way. What's up, motherfuckers? Chaz is officially in the house.
I read more on the internet and watch YouTube videos and stuff.
Yeah. So what am I reading right now? I actually started a new book called The Flower of Life. It's by Drunvalo Melchizedek. And it's the history of the ancients. It's the history of mysticism. It's the Merkaba. I mean, this goes really, really deep. And I bought this book 10 years ago, and it was based on a guy. I read it, and all of Tool are my favorite band. Eric and my favorite band in the world, right? Eric, you agree?
Tool? Not my favorite band.
Okay. My favorite band of all time is Tool. And they follow this guy. And he originally wrote a book called Kim Russo just texted me, by the way. He wrote a book called Everything in This Book Is Not True, but It's Exactly How It Is. And Drunvalo wrote the history of, of the Flower of Life, the Tree of Life, the Kabbalah and everything. And I wasn't ready to read this. I was longer. It was about 15 years ago where I read this book that was inspired by Tool. They talk about the Fibonacci sequence. So I'm reading that. And what else am I reading right now? There's a book that I'm reading. By Damon Eccles. I'm sorry, Eric. By Damon Eccles. It's called Angels and Archangels by Damon Eccles. And he was in everyone out in Okon Bros Land. If you ever want to watch a most incredible documentary, watch West of Memphis. It's about the West Memphis Three who, murdered these 2 or 3 boys. And it was through satanic rituals and everything. It turns out they were innocent. And this guy, Damon Eccles, who I'm a huge follower in, he's got his own YouTube channel. I'm trying to get him on the show. It's hard to get in touch with him. So if anyone knows Damon Eccles, forward my information to Damon Eccles and tell him Eric and I want to interview him. He talks about how talking to archangels and dealing with spirituality got him out of prison. Peter Jackson, Eddie Vedder, they all helped him get out of prison. Johnny Depp got out of prison and everything. So
Tammy says, a little off topic, but what do you guys think of Stephen Greer's collective meditation for CE5 contact? Don't know what that is.
Stephen Greer's collective meditation of CE5 contact. Not familiar with that. So I don't want to say something. Brian says, I used to not read so much until I scheduled time and made it a point. It has changed my life. Reading 100% changed my life too. Blood to Wine is a great documentary. I think that was a West Memphis 3 documentary too, Brian. And Chaz said, reading the back of your eyelids. So Chaz just goes to sleep.
That's fine too. I do healing meditations, balancing meditations regularly. That was to your question of what she does for clearing out and decluttering things.
That's good. That's good. I started doing healing energy.
Uluru is supposed to be the heart of the center of the earth. Man, there is just so much out there.
And we think we're like, just read The Power of Your Subconscious Mind and you'll be good to go.
Uluru is known as Ayers Rock, and officially gazetted as Uluru. Ayers Rock is a large sandstone rock formation in the southern part of the Northern Territory in Australia. Yeah, it's everyone. If I post this, it's basically everyone will know this by looking at it.
Hold on. Blood to Wine, that documentary that Brian was talking about, was Maynard's winery. No, it was Maynard Keenan's winery, and I did watch that too, and it was incredible. They actually just came out with a new documentary on Amazon. Tool. I have to check that out.
Tool did?
Yeah. Cool. They came out with a documentary about their band and like the start of Tool and where they went. But oh my God, spiritually speaking.
Yeah, this is, everyone knows this. This is the heart of the center of the earth in
Australia. Yeah.
One
of my neighbors took a picture in front of that. And I was like, oh, it looks really cool.
I'm also open to receive messages from my team of angels and guides.
Love it, Lenore. Love it.
Yes.
Lenore, do you work with serious question, Lenore, do you work with demons? Because I heard demonic magic, not like Satanism. I'm not into that, but I heard that demons are another form of archangels that will also help. I've heard they work faster than archangels. Just out of curiosity, I watched a YouTube video on it. I thought it was really fascinating.
Have you seen History's Unidentified Inside America's UFO Investigation?
That's what I was watching. It was something like that, but my documentary is called The Phenomenon. The government knew. The government knew. They covered it up.
I think they know, but they don't know what.
No, they know. No, bullshit,
Things,
bro.
you think things,
Bro.
I think that they know that there is this stuff out there, but I don't think they have any of the answers.
No, they know it's out there. They don't want the public to freak out. That's why they're not saying anything. They know that these beings. So I read today, because in the documentary they're saying that the spaceships were going at odd angles. The spaceships were going like at angles that airplanes couldn't go. Right? It was going down, then it was going up in a V shape. And I was watching YouTube today, and it was like the questions were answered. The beings who are flying the spaceships are they think in fifth dimension. Their minds are connected to the spaceship. So when they think the spaceship to go down or go 1 billion miles an hour, the spaceship automatically does it, because they're a fifth dimensional being. Bro,
apparently Age of Aquarius is bringing in that 5D thinking.
But that's what it's all about. I think Chaz just told us we're no longer going to be approved vendor at MGM Resorts. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't say that.
I think that the Farley sisters, because we've learned that,
who
the guys the girls who directed The Matrix, because they've recently converted. Remember?
I just want to say, this is from Kim Russo. This is amazing. I love this woman. Yay!
Tracy was asking, what did Kim say?
Okay. She said, yay. I first all said, hi, Kim, it's Michael Okon. Hope you're well. Want to wish you a happy Age of Aquarius day. I've been meditating and setting my intentions all day long. XO. She just wrote me back and said, yay, happy birthday to all of us. Life will never be the same. So blessed to have met you and your amazing family. It's right here.
Don't show the number.
No, there's no number on it. I don't think there is.
It's amazing.
Happy birthday to all of us. Life will never be the same. I'm just telling you, we're talking about her on our podcast right now.
Here's an interesting question. Michael, what do you think of Ivor Cummins, which I want to say, Patty, we've had him on our show, would make of this talk of ancient peoples and interactions with beings from worlds? We love Ivor in these parts.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. I think that Ivor, I know you didn't ask the question to me, but
I can tell you about Ivor.
Yeah, I don't know what Ivor thinks about all of these topics, but I know he is pretty dang practical.
Ivor is one of the most smartest people I've ever had the privilege of talking to. And I've been following Ivor for about 2 years straight, where I've watched every one of his videos. And a video that I thought was amazing, I sent it right to Eric. His vitamin D video, his liver detoxing video, his video on eating low carb foods. Like, his videos have been a guiding light for my own personal journey since our father passed away. And it's been 3 years now. And when I emailed him, and he responded instantaneously that he wanted to be on our show, it was one of the most eye-opening, enlightening interviews. If anyone hasn't taken a look at the Ivor Cummins Okon Bros interview, please go to our channel, look up Ivor.
He's such a scientist about things. So
he's practical.
Yeah, he's a practical scientist. I don't know. Honestly, I would love to have him back on the show, and we can talk about all this meta type stuff, all this new age type thinking. Because obviously he's on the leading edge of COVID and calcium scores and all that type of thinking. So I got
a calcium score because I watched Ivor Cummins' documentary, The Widowmaker. I got it. My calcium score is 0. Brian Kamak just said, oh, by the way, this was the book that I'm reading now. Kamak. I can't even call him Brian. I called him Kamak for all these years. But it's called The Ancient Secret of the Flower of Life. This is volume 2. I'm actually on volume 1 right now. But this book right here, this is the Bible for spirituality, and everything in it is the truth. Our Ultimate Reality, Life, the Universe, and Destiny of Mankind by Adrian P. Cooper. Anyone out there in Okon Bros land that's interested in spirituality, this has the Kabbalah, this has archangels, this has a tour of heaven that anyone can understand. Talks about shedding of the body and the 12 phases of going. I mean, I have earmarked. He talks about your subconscious mind, the joy and power of healing, angels, right? I opened the book, Right to Angels, the etheric body, ghosts, the truth about the change known as death. Kamak, anyone out there interested in spirituality, Our Ultimate Reality. It's full of errors, like wrong spelling words, because I think he self-published this. but or maybe he was published. I read this book 3 times, and it's almost 600 pages. This book is life-changing. Life-changing. Our Ultimate Reality by Adrian P. Cooper. I got it on Amazon. My Bible, and literally a tour of heaven. I read that tour of heaven to Dad about 6 months before he passed away, and he's like, "It sounds like it's fucking amazing." Pranic healing.
We've definitely got confirmation that it is, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And, Lenore does not work with demons, bro.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Just I don't want to work with demons either. Just curious about it.
And here, Mike, Tammy's having second thoughts about 72 angels.
Hold on one second.
Tammy, so need to be so careful when you think you're calling on the wicked are tricky and can intercept. I haven't done the 72 angels. Not sure I will.
I respect that, Tammy. And like, I just want to mention, like, what we're doing, other people don't have to do. But like, we got confirmation from our Father in heaven, right? Our dad who died. And we said to our father, Dad, when you're there, you got to tell us the secrets of the universe. And he legit told me, get on Amazon right now and buy the 72 Angels of Magic. And for people that don't believe, it's okay.
You know, we've interviewed a lot of mediums. You know, it's definitely a cornerstone of what we want to learn about. And we've heard from multiple mediums that over there on the other side, there is no such thing as bad. There is only good.
Correct.
So you don't be afraid that you're going to manifest anything wicked or tricky, because that doesn't exist over there.
It's all in your head.
Yeah,
it's all in your head from what we've heard.
Yeah, the evil that exists. You know, when you pass on, and this from learning from George Anderson, from Thomas John, from Kim Russo, when you pass on, you go and you pass over to the light, and the people who were evil, they
don't make it.
They're far away from the light, and they're kind of in a dark, dingy place, because it's the people who love evil, not necessarily the people
who evil. It's not the people that do evil.
Because sometimes you have to do evil because of the situation that you're in, or because of those things. But it's the people who get off on evil. Those people are far away from the light. But there is redemption for anybody. If you're willing to love, then you can go and be saved, so to speak.
But Tammy, we respect what you're saying about if you think that that you could be, bringing on evil spirit. I don't believe in any of that stuff. And let me tell you something. If I bring on a demonic evil entity, that'll be an episode that we'll never forget on Okon Bros. Right? K-Mac says, for each of you, what has been your most significant supernatural experience? And of course, he prefers K-Mac to Brian. Go ahead, Eric. What was your most significant?
For me, I mean, we've spoken about it a lot, but our house where we grew up, our middle house where we grew up, there was definitely a haunting there. But I mean, going to mediums and getting in touch with loved ones and just getting confirmation
time after time
of new things, of old things, of having really distant names come through that were pre-internet and just pre this whole time period. That's always been pretty amazing.
For me personally, Brian, I'm going to save that spiritual experience for the Justin Sledge interview, because I saw in full form an archangel right next to me. I don't drink, I don't do drugs, and when I do drink, it's a few times a year. But 100%, seeing an archangel the day before I had a reading with my father, and my father said, the archangels are real. You have to go and start working with them. I saw an archangel as I was down by my pool meditating. It was 100% there, but the story is a little longer. When I was, excuse me, when I interviewed Dr. Justin Sledge, that was the most profound experience. And obviously going to George Anderson and everything. I mean, going to George every time is so eye-opening. Going to Thomas John is eye-opening,
Yeah, and Tammy's going to stick with heart chakra. That's wonderful, because I think it's all one and the same. I think there are many different ways that we can connect with the universe, and no matter which way that you do that, you'll be successful. You just have to be comfortable with it, and most of all, you have to believe. You just have to believe that it's working. You don't have to believe that you love somebody. You just love somebody. Same way you have to believe. You just have to know. those types of
So
things.
we had a really good friend who didn't believe, and this friend is always on our he always listens to us, and he's a client of ours, and Eric and I consider him like an uncle. And I don't want to reveal who his name is, but both of his parents were passed, and that's all we knew. That's all I knew. And our mom read him, and the information that was brought was pretty was pretty unbelievable. That it was pretty convincing.
And if anybody does want any type of psychic reading, you can check out our mom. You go to ladyphyllis.com. She's doing readings, and she's been doing pretty great at it. So ladyphyllis.com, and you guys can get a nice reading.
K-Mac wants to know, when do you feel the most connected or plugged in spiritually? I think to me, it's just every day. It's
I unfortunately I don't have those types of magical connections. I'm working on it. From 1 minute to the next, I've had some experiences, especially when I first started praying to archangels, where I've definitely felt different. I felt almost electric, but that's only happened once. But generally speaking, I have a hard time bringing on my sixth sense, so to speak. But that doesn't stop me from believing.
I definitely feel it when I sleep. I have these very vivid dreams. I feel
I don't dream.
I'm a very cognitive dreamer. I see future events happening. I've been seeing this since I was a little boy. And yeah, I feel that when I sleep, I feel the most spiritual. You know, it's definitely where, like, well, I'll have a dream and I'll say, Eric, we're not going to get this account because I saw it in the dream. I saw that vision. And we didn't get it. Or Eric, we're going to nail this. Or Eric, the critical drinker episode is going to be the episode that's going to change our channel.
Yeah.
And it was, because I saw it. I saw it visually and spiritually.
Yeah.
Any questions on yours? I saw you were trying to pull it up, but I know that my feed was also pretty busy.
Chazberry says, appreciate Aquarius Day from Word Aquarian. Oh, how do you like that?
Chaz actually has something nice to say. That's really nice, Chaz. Thank you for saying something not horrible to us. You should have ended it with stupid mother effers.
Gosh, there's just so much in this world, isn't there? That's what I love about it.
K-Mac talks about the Bible and the New Testament speaks of our spiritual gifts, and it sounds like I have the gift of vision. I definitely have something. I don't know what it is, but when I dream at night, I know this sounds like very cliche, but my dreams come true. And whether I want them to or not, if I feel that I saw my dad passing, I saw when I was going to get vertigo, I saw when, I saw good things, when I saw this podcast blowing up. I've had visions of archangels, but it's always when I sleep. And the dreams are so live and vivid, and I'm in this world. I don't know what it is. I've been with my father. I've driven in cars with him. I knew the day he was going to die because he said, I'm out of here. And he came to me in a dream and said, I feel better over here. I'm not going to be able to do what I can over there.
Right. While I was there in meditation, asked for 3 things, was at work. Next thing I know, my contractor walks in out of the blue, gave me all 3. That's generally how these things work.
There's something to this, man. My God. I would love to have an atheist on the show. Actually, I am an atheist, I want to say, right? I don't believe in a God in the sky. I don't believe there's a man in the sky saying you're right and wrong. So I am 100% an atheist. I believe there's something so much bigger than that. I actually didn't know this, but K-Mac's father passed away. Brian, my condolences. I'm sorry to hear that. He had similar visions prior to his father's passing. Brian, you should seriously consider, since you are spiritual and you're into this stuff, you should consider going to a reading with George Anderson or Thomas John or Glenn Dove. He's also A+. Maybe your dad's trying to get you a or my mom, or our mom. Go to ladyphyllis.com and get a reading with her. She hits it pretty on the mark.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that too, K-Mac.
You remember him, Eric?
Sure. Absolutely.
K-Mac, Gradinsky, Moss, my boys.
They were nice kids.
My Comac boys.
Always nice guys. But yeah, so today is Age of Aquarius. Meditate on it all day. Don't stop, even though today is over. And
keep up with the goals, people.
Think of what you want. Think of what you want most in this world. Believe that you have it. Know that you have it, and it will come to pass.
Yeah, and Glenn Dove did say you have to feel the feeling of having the thing that you want.
I can't reiterate this enough. It's, you love your children, you love your spouse, you love your mom, your dad, you pick somebody that you love, that you just, it's just there, right? Like, you just know it. And the same thing, like, the sun will rise tomorrow.
Were
When
were we with our dad when he passed? If not, did you know when he passed prior to anyone telling you?
No.
No, I missed him by a minute. Eric missed him by 2 minutes. He was in the hospital, the local hospital.
He was,
And
yeah, it was a pretty gnarly
yeah.
ending.
If anybody smokes out there, I strongly recommend to not smoke. Our
Yeah,
father smoked, and the ending was ugly.
he was intubated through his throat,
On New
and
Year's Eve?
yep, and it fused to his lung, and then it hemorrhaged and it ripped, and
We were not there. We got a call from our mom at like he passed at 4:45 or something. He passed like 4:50 on February 2nd. I got a call from my mom at 4:30 saying, "Get here now. There's blood everywhere." And we got to the hospital, and the trachea that was gone. And we went to George Anderson a month after he passed, and he confirmed he didn't feel a thing. He didn't feel anything. He said he was out of his body as it was happening, which my mom, my brother, and I just started bawling.
yeah, because it's always very hard to think of somebody's last moments.
Yeah, we didn't see it. Our mom was there when he passed, but Eric and I were not. And the doctors came, they stopped his heart, and it was done. It was over. But he said he didn't feel anything. He was out of there. And knowing our father, he wouldn't have stayed for that. His soul wouldn't have stayed for that. So
Yep.
it was pretty, again, don't smoke. It's not worth it.
And if you don't have health, you got nothing.
Yeah, no, health is number one. That's why everyone's like, I want $1 billion, and I want a yacht, and I want a boat. It's like, yeah, we all want that. But really what you should be wanting is good health. Because if you don't have good health, you can't enjoy the yacht and the G4 and all that stuff. Getting your health in line and knowing that you're healthy is everything. Having a good attitude, mental health, that's all so important. And the age of Aquarius, it's the rebirth, baby. We're ready. I'm still ready.
Take it and run with it, and do your affirmations, because that's really what it is. Do your affirmations.
Live in the now. Live in the now.
Believe in what you are saying. It works especially if you ask for attainable things, kind of things that are just out of reach. If you're going to go and ask for $1 billion, but if you don't already have 900 million, it's a little too far out of reach. But ask for nice attainable things that you just need a little bit of help with, and you'll see some magic happen. Magic with a K. And let's all use this time as a mastermind hive group mentality to wish for wonderfulness in the universe. Sharing and spreading the love will help you. So, and I think this is, the one thing that, Michael and I are doing with this show is, it's been very eye-opening for us to be able to share our gospel, so to speak. And it's been very helpful for us to share our knowledge, because it helps us so much, and it's helping us navigate through COVID. And K-Mac mentioned it before. Do you feel things? I feel something now, and I feel something in my gut, and very rarely does that happen, but it feels really, really good. So I'm really excited for today and onward.
I have a question on mine. What are your 6-month goals, and what are your 3-year goals? Go ahead, Eric.
It's ongoing. Obviously my goals have always changed, and COVID certainly put things out of sequence with things that I've wanted.
Temporary speed bump, bro.
Yeah. No doubt. 6 months from now, goal is to hire back at least 200 people working at our company. And trying to think what I was meditating on. I want to hire back people, and I want to grow this show. I would like to make money from this show. That would be really great. because we're still doing this basically all for free. I mean, and we became monetized in 2 months. We made like $50 on YouTube and stuff like that. So
we're spending that on Chaz when we go to Vegas. We're gonna take him out and spend
you know,
$50 on our hard-earned podcast money
to
take Chaz out for lunch.
I would like to monetize this show, meaningful monetization, and I'd like to grow BLS. I would like to do that long-term goal. We have a lot of things planned that I don't know if I would necessarily want to share here. But we have a lot of lofty goals with houses that we want to buy and places we want to go and how we want to get there. And they feel perfectly attainable, and we've done it before. But obviously there's been a reset, and we're working hard towards making those goals happen, because a goal is nothing without action. So if you're not going to work towards that, we wouldn't have a show at all if we didn't get in front of a microphone and start talking. So that's basically where I'm at, Mike. What about you?
6-month goal. Write this down, right? 56 minutes into the Age of Aquarius podcast. I want to be holding, I could feel it right now. I'm going to be showing this to our audience. I want to be holding the screenplay for my book, Monsterland. I want to hold the screenplay by this award-winning screenwriter who's going to be writing this story. I want to be holding it, and I want to be showing it to our audience. It's now December 21st, 2020 at 2:56 Eastern Standard. And I want, in 6 months from now, I want to be holding that screenplay in my hand and reading my future movie for the book that I wrote. That's my 6-month goal. And then for my 3-year goal, I obviously share the same goals as Eric, right? Like I want to hire people back and everything. I want BLS to be huge. I want the podcast to be huge. But I can't repeat what he said because I share the same vision as him. My 3-year goal is to be walking down the red carpet of my movie premiere in Hollywood with my wife, my children, my brother, wife, and his children, and my mom, walking down the aisle for the movie premiere with all the stars. And just, I could see it. I've been living that feeling for 20 plus years, but I know it's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen, but in 3 years, summer 2024, I want to be walking down the red carpet with my entire family, seeing the movie that I wrote.
And guys, obviously the bigger and loftier the goal, obviously the longer it's going to take.
Well, that's why I said screenplay first. Screenplay first, movie premiere second.
This is pretty interesting. Lenore says, angels and guides will only answer if we tell them to, not ask. Free will. Be clear about your wants and desires.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. That's, will only answer if we tell them to. Yes. Yes. No, you, Archangel Michael.
Thank you, Lenore.
Thank you. Appreciate you. K-Mac just said, does Eric know how to eat an elephant? Sure, you would try it. Sure, if we weren't.
It's a riddle, one bite at a time.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thought it was a carnivore crack.
No, one bite at a time.
Of course, you and K-Mac would know that.
Come on.
The two of you were always kindred spirits too. You know.
But I think with that, we will end our Age of Aquarius show.
Everybody, we love you beyond everything. We are so full of love for you.
And don't leave yet. Don't leave yet, because I want you guys to see our new intro outro video.
Yeah. Before you send it out, Eric, thank you, everyone. This is a new age for all of us. It doesn't have to be called Aquarius, but just know that it's official. Let's think positive. Let's write down our goals. Let's know that we're connected to a higher plane. And let's stop with this, the 2020 negative bullshit. Yep. Move on. And just know it's time to manifest. Make sure you meditate today and write down your intentions today.
I want to manifest more YouTube viewers. And I would appreciate if you are watching this, if you could subscribe to our YouTube channel and like it on YouTube and hit the bell notification for future reminders. You don't necessarily have to watch or anything like that, but it does help out the algorithm. And of course, if you want to watch, that would be amazing. But I would love if the traffic that we create moves over to YouTube.
These were amazing questions. These were amazing questions.
As opposed to Facebook or LinkedIn. But we appreciate you all. Everybody have a magical day, and we wish everybody health, wealth, and happiness.
Happy rebirth day. Happy Age of Aquarius day, everybody. We'll see everybody on Wednesday night on our the Christmas special. Eric and I are going to be smoking weed on Wednesday night.
Ho, ho, ho.
No, we don't smoke weed. We're just kidding. But yes, we're going to have a nice, maybe we'll have a drink then, Eric. What do you think? We'll do Wednesday night.
We'll see.
Wednesday night drink-a-thon.
Later, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.